Oh boy, I got a treat for you guys today, because this episode, it's all power rankings, baby. Let's go. All right, so with this being my first power rankings episode of the season, I want to make sure everyone knows what they are. And for those of you who are new listeners who may not know what my power rankings are, is I have a list here following every single race that I cover on this show. I will have a list of 10 drivers who I think are the fastest 10 drivers and teams in that specific series. So this will be the first year I am adding power rankings to the truck series and the O'Reilly Auto Parts series. I did power rankings last year in the Cup series. I started about halfway through the season. I started at Michigan, I'm pretty sure. So I'm gonna be starting everything from scratch. I have my preseason rankings for the Cup series. I have power rankings from after the Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray Stadium. So I got it all set for you guys here today. But let's go ahead and start out this power rankings episode with my first ever Craftsman Truck Series power rankings. Starting out here at number 10, I have Justin Haley in the number 16 truck for Talkin Racing. I know it might be a little bit aggressive here to go with a brand new truck series team with a new driver that hasn't been in the truck series for a little while, but hear me out here. The pairing between Justin Haley and Talkin Racing has historically been very, very good, besides the Cup series. But in the O'Reilly Auto Parts series, Justin Haley was a Championship 4 contender. Now heading down into the truck series, I imagine that Justin Haley will do very good. He's a Cup Series veteran, he has Cup Series experience, and even though he is still really young, he's only going to be turning, I think, 25 this season, he has a ton of NASCAR experience. So I'm imagining that Justin Haley's going to be very patient, but he's also going to have a lot of speed under the hood of that Ram 1500 in that truck series this season. So I have Justin Haley at number 10. At number 9, I have the 99 of Ben Rhodes. Now, Ben Rhodes did have a down season last year with ThorSport in that number 99 truck. It was definitely not the same as his championship winning season back in 2024. It was definitely a very, very interesting year for ThorSport overall. Excuse me, it was 2023, not 2024. That was Ty Majeski. But regardless, Ben Rhodes, former Craftsman Truck Series champion. I'm imagining Ford will come back a little bit stronger this past year. I mean, Front Row Motorsports was really the only good Ford team across any of the 3 series last year, and that are still with Ford Racing this season. So I do expect that ThorSport now, with a little bit of restructuring, now that Matt Crafton is gone, I think that Ben Rhodes will come back a lot better than last year, so I have him at number 9. Moving on to number 8, I have another Ford. I have Chandler Smith of Front Row Motorsports in the 38 truck. I mean, I just love Chandler Smith straight up with how much speed he generally has when he's behind the wheel of something. I mean, last year with Front Row Motorsports, made the playoffs, didn't get very many wins, but was very consistent all throughout the entire course of the season. And that's what I'm really liking about Chandler Smith, especially with this new format being the chase. I think that Chandler Smith will, one, keep the truck clean and be up front a lot to be competing for wins. So Chandler Smith at 8 has a lot of veteran experience, and with a good veteran team like Front Row Motorsports, I have a lot of confidence in them. I have them at number 8. And speaking of veteran presence, I have at number 7 the number 9 truck of Grant Enfinger driving for CR7 Motorsports. I mean, Grant Enfinger, Craftsman Truck Series champion, is very, very consistent every single season. It's just hard not to like Grant Enfinger. He's a seasoned Truck Series veteran, had a little bit of a down year last year, but still in his down year, he made the playoffs and was one of the most consistent drivers in the Craftsman Truck Series. So that's why I really like Grant Enfinger. I have him starting out here at number 7. At number 6, I have Tyler Ankrum with McAnally Hogeman Racing in the number 18 truck. I mean, Tyler Ankrum last year had a breakout season in the Craftsman Truck Series. I mean, 3 wins, great season from Tyler Ankrum. Made the Championship 4. Now, he did kind of flounder in that Championship 4 appearance at Phoenix. I'm not expecting that quite as much from Tyler Ankrum, but that shows me what I think his ceiling might be, and I think he still has a little bit of room to grow. He definitely is not that young NASCAR prospect anymore, but Tyler Ankrum still is very, very solid, driving for a good team with McAnally Hogeman Racing. He's a good plate racer. I think he'll start out really, really strong at Daytona, so I have him at number 6. And at number 5, I have his teammate of Daniel Hemrick. Same thing with Daniel Hemrick. He's kind of like Grant Enfinger. He's a veteran of NASCAR, drove for several teams in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series for many, many years, actually won a championship with Joe Gibbs Racing before struggling in the Cup Series, but came back down to the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series with Calling Racing and was very, very solid. Now he's back down in the Truck Series with McAnally Hillman Racing for year 2. Was very solid last year, got several wins, hit the backflip a couple times, so that's always fun to see. Daniel Hemrick, he's smooth, calm, consistent, and will keep the truck clean. Very solid driver, so I have him at number 5. At number 4, I have the Wisconsin kid, Ty Majeski, now in the 88 truck, or not, yeah, in the 88 truck for Thor Sport Racing. I kind of forgot what number he was. I mean, Thor Sport's kind of shifted drivers and their numbers a lot, so it's kind of hard for me to keep track. Leave me alone. Anyways, Ty Majeski, I love him. He's a Wisconsin kid, very good short track racer. Even in a down year for Thorsport, he's still made it to the championship 4. That just shows the talent that Ty Majeski has. He goes out and gets wins. He keeps the truck clean. He's aggressive though and has a lot of speed. Ty Majeski is a really good overall Truck Series driver. I'm expecting Ford and Thorsport to come out a lot better than last season, so I have Ty Majeski at number 4. Moving on to number 3, I have Christian Eckes. I know, seems very, very aggressive. It's going to be back down the Truck Series with McAnally Hillman Racing in the number 91 truck. But hear me out here. Again, I've said it a lot. Christian Eckes, in 2024 and in 2023, he was in the contention to win the championship if not for Corey Heim. So, I mean, Christian Eckes, he's a consistent winner in the Craftsman Truck Series. He shows consistently good speed. What's not to like about him? He's back with his former team, a team that he's comfortable with. I have no reason to not believe that Christian Eckes will not be good this year. So I have Christian Eckes at number 3, back with McAnally Hillman Racing in the number 91 truck. At number 2, I have Caden Honeycutt, now driving for Tricon Garage in the number 11 truck. I mean, Caden Honeycutt last year with Halmar Friesen Racing in a relief role for Stuart Friesen made it all the way to the championship 4. Now he's with an actually good, directly supported team from Toyota with Tricon Garage in the same truck that Corey Heim won his championship in. I mean, the sky's the limit at this point for Caden Honeycutt and Tricon Garage. I really like Caden Honeycutt. He's got a lot of good speed behind the wheel. He's very patient. He's a very solid and clean driver. I really have a lot to like about Caden Honeycutt, so I think he can do really good things with Tricon Garage this year. I almost said Thor Sport. Sorry. So I think Caden Honeycutt will do a lot of good things this year. We'll see how he does starting out at Daytona. So I have him at number 2. But at number 1, I still have Lane Riggs. I think overall, Lane Riggs might be the best all-around driver in the Craftsman Truck Series. He's good on short tracks. Those were his roots. He's been good on plate tracks. I mean, Farmer Motorsports is a good plate track team, not just only in the Cup Series, but in the Craftsman Truck Series as well. And he's a very good mile-and-a-half racer as well. He was very close to making the championship 4 last year, but now, with a format that rewards consistency, I think Lane Riggs will be doing so much better. So Lane Riggs, I have him at number 1. I think he's overall the best driver out of everyone in the Craftsman Truck Series, so I have him at number 1. Real quick, your Craftsman Truck Series power rankings heading into Daytona. Number 1, you have Lane Riggs. Number 2, you have Caden Honeycutt. Number 3, Christian Eckes. Number 4, Ty Majeski. Number 5, Daniel Hemrick. Number 6, Tyler Ankrum. Number 7, Grant Enfinger. Number 8, Chandler Smith. Number 9, Ben Rhodes. And number 10, Justin Haley. Whew. All right, that was your Truck Series power rankings. Let's go ahead and move on now over to the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series power rankings. And obviously, this year, there's going to be a huge gap overall with the amount of wins and amount of talent in this series because Connor Zilic is no longer a full-time driver. However, they still got a mix of veterans and some really good young guns coming up through the ranks that I think will be very interesting to watch. So let's go ahead and start out here with number 10. I have a veteran, Ryan Sieg, now driving for a Chevrolet team with RSS Racing, his own racing team. So anyway, Ryan Sieg, one of the most consistent veterans in NASCAR. That's what he's kind of turned out to be now. Still searching for his first career win, but he's been so close many, many times. He lost it by just a couple of inches at Texas to Sam Mayer, who we'll see later on this list. He's come so close though. I think Ryan Sieg overall, he could get that first win this year. Now being with Chevrolet, a better overall manufacturer than Ford, I think Ryan Sieg will have a good year. Away from Ford now, still has an alliance with Haas. I like the things that RSS Racing and Ryan Sieg have going for them heading into this season, so I feel very confident with putting them at number 10, but they're definitely not they're definitely have some names breathing down on their neck for getting into the top 10 after Daytona. But Ryan Sieg at 10. At number 9, I have Harrison Burton. Now, this may be a little bit of aggressive ranking, but I really like Harrison Burton, especially in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Now he's going to be heading over to Sam Hunt Racing, a Toyota team that showed a lot of promise last year with Dean Thompson. Now you have Harrison Burton, a proven winner that can help build this program up. I'm really excited to see what Harrison Burton can do. He made the playoffs last year on points, didn't get a victory, but I think we could see a victory out of Harrison Burton this season with Sam Hunt Racing in that number 24 car. So I have Harrison Burton at number 9. At number 8, I have Sammy Smith driving for Junior Motorsports in the number 8 car, ironically. So we've seen Sammy Smith now for the past 2 seasons be extremely consistent with what he is as a driver. Get a win here and there, make the playoffs, be somewhat alright. I'm just looking for that next step forward with Sammy Smith. I think he can get there. He's driving for Junior Motorsports, so he clearly has a lot of talent. He just needs to get it going there. He needs to show me more consistent speed, more race wins. I think Sammy Smith can do it. It's just, is he actually going to do it this year? So I have Sammy Smith at 8, but not a very confident 8, because there are many other drivers that I think could take that number 8 spot from Sammy Smith on the power rankings going forward throughout the rest of this season. At number 7, I have Sheldon Creed. Sheldon Creed at this point in his career has just become a really consistent O'Reilly Auto Parts Series veteran. That's what he is. Still searching for that first win in the O'Reilly Series. Haas now moving over to Chevrolet could be helpful to him. We'll have to wait and see though. Sheldon Creed is very consistent. He's up front a lot of the times. I really like Sheldon Creed as a driver. He's got to get that first win though. At the bare minimum though, Sheldon Creed is a top 10 driver pretty much every single week, so that gives me a lot of confidence. So Sheldon Creed will be at number 7 to start out the season in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. We'll see how high he can move up the power rankings throughout this season. At number 6, I have Carson Kvapil with Junior Motorsports splitting time between the number 1 and the number 88 car this season. I do think Carson Kvapil can make it up this list a little bit higher, but he doesn't have a full-time ride with Junior Motorsports in one specific car, which is definitely, I think, going to be something that hurts his season. He's going to be bouncing around different car numbers throughout this season with JRM, which I think could have a little bit of an effect, but I'll have to wait and see to actually, see if that's actually true. Carson Kvapil made it to the Championship 4 in his rookie season. He just couldn't win a race. That's all he really could not do. So if Carson Kvapil can prove to me that he can win consistently and still be up front a lot of the time, he'll move up the rankings very, very quickly. But right now, at number 6, I feel like is a good spot for the number 1 driver of Junior Motorsports with Carson Kvapil. At number 5, I have Austin Hill, and I'm just going to put everything that is about Austin Hill that is off track, the attitude issues, the lack of maturity, just going to put that off to the side real quick and focus on solely the driving. On track, Austin Hill is very, very solid. He knows how to get it done on super speedways. He's consistent at pretty much every single track. He's a top 10 driver. At most other tracks, though, he is a top 5 driver a lot of the times, like outside of super speedways. So Austin Hill, in all reality, is a good driver. It's just he rubs us all the wrong way with his attitude and personality, which you don't really want to do if you're a NASCAR driver at this point. So either way, Austin Hill, he's primed to maybe go get a Cup Series ride in the coming years. We'll see how he does this season, but he's still a very good driver, no matter how much we do not like him. So Austin Hill at number 5. At number 4, I have Brandon Jones, still back with Joe Gibbs Racing. Similar to Sheldon Creed, in my opinion at least, except Brandon Jones can actually win. He's got good sponsor support behind him. He just has been able to be a proven winner. Brandon Jones, very consistent driver. He's going to be constantly inside the top 5, top 10 every given week. He's a very consistent driver. He's very clean as well. Doesn't get into a lot of accidents. Doesn't really cause many issues out on track. He's just a good driver. Good, solid driver overall. Brandon Jones feels pretty good about keeping him at number 4. Not a whole lot to be said other than that. He's just, very consistent overall. So I have Brandon Jones at number 4. At number 3, I have Sam Mayer. Sam Mayer has a lot of potential right now. I mean, Sam Mayer, very consistent last year, just didn't get the same number of wins as he had in previous years. But I think now this year, being back with Chevrolet, the manufacturer where it all started with for him, I think he can have a really, really good season with Haas factory team. He was very solid last year again, very consistent, didn't get in very many wrecks. He just didn't win very much. But now, back with a good manufacturer in Chevrolet, I think we could see a really, really good year with Sam Mayer starting at Daytona. So I have Sam Mayer at number 3. At number 2, I have last year's champion of the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, Jesse Love. Jesse Love, very consistent driver. He's up front a lot of the times. We just need to see Jesse Love win on a track that isn't a super speedway. That's really only where he's won. He won the championship, I know, but it was the old playoff format, so a little bit fluky. So Jesse Love this year is going to have a lot of pressure on him to back up that championship and prove that, hey, he's not a playoff merchant like Joey Logano. Sorry, Joey. So Jesse Love has a lot of pressure on him. We saw him win last year at Rockingham before, he was disqualified, but I think Jesse Love can do it. He's got a lot of talent in him. He's an ARCA Menard Series champion. He's going to be in contention for a ride in the Cup Series this coming season, so he's got a lot to prove this year. Jesse Love, a lot riding on his back. I think he can get it done. So I have Jesse Love at number 2, but at number 1, I have Justin Allgaier. I mean, what's to be said? Justin Allgaier, at bare minimum, is a 3-win driver in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. He's with a good team, with Junior Motorsports, a team that he really likes. He's going to be attempting to make the Daytona 500 in the NASCAR Cup Series. Everything's going good for Justin Allgaier right now. There's not a lot to be said other than that. He's very consistent, he's unproblematic, and he keeps the cars clean more often than not. So Justin Allgaier, very good fit over there at Junior Motorsports. I have him at number 1. He's the championship favorite right now, along with Jesse Love. We'll see how high he can fly in that number 7 car for Junior Motorsports. So real quick, looking back at the top 10 for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series power rankings. Number 1, Justin Allgaier. Number 2, Jesse Love. Number 3, Sam Mayer. Number 4, Brandon Jones. Number 5, Austin Hill. Number 6, Carson Kvapil. Number 7, Sheldon Creed. Number 8, Sammy Smith. Number 9, Harrison Burton. And number 10, Ryan Sieg. Alright, let's end this episode with everyone's favorite, the NASCAR Cup Series power rankings. Now, with last week being the Clash at Bowman Gray Stadium, it's an exhibition race. Don't have the full field out there. It's kind of hard to judge, It's not going to play too much into this. Now, the Clash obviously is going to produce a little bit more momentum, just not going to really show anything to statistically say that these drivers are going to move up and down the power rankings order, if you know what I mean. So, let's go ahead and start out the Cup Series power rankings with one honorable mention, and that's Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain, I really like him. He was in my top 10 heading into the Clash, entering the preseason. He's still very, very close. He's on that list. He had a quiet night at Bowman Gray, but he had a good top 10 result. He was just, a little bit boring, Didn't do anything too crazy like his teammates of Zilich and Shane Van Gisbergen. He's just smooth, calm, and consistent, which is something I thought I would never be saying about Ross Chastain, but he's right on the cusp of being inside the top 10, but I feel like heading into Daytona, the guy at number 10 just beats him out just by a little bit, and that's Chris Buescher starting everything out at number 10. Chris Buescher, he drives for RFK, and RFK historically is a very good drafting track team, especially with Ford. He's won at Daytona before, back in 2023. He's got a good teammates for on drafting tracks with Ryan Preece, who we'll get to in just a minute, and his team owner of Brad Keselowski, a very good pusher. Chris Buescher as well at the Clash did beat Ross Chastain by 1 position. It was a top 10 run for him. Very consistent overall is what Chris Buescher is. I just have him heading into Daytona, having him a slight edge ahead of Ross Chastain, but anything can happen at Daytona. We'll see how high he can fly throughout the rest of the season, but I have Chris Buescher starting out at number 10. At number 9, I have Carson Hocevar. He was an honorable mention last week, and at the Clash, he did really, really well. Even as the rain and snow and the wet came in, he was still up front until, he got penalized and got sent to the back and couldn't really move his way forward. But the speed in Carson Hocevar is undeniable. He's probably the fastest driver on raw talent is Carson Hocevar. That's just probably what he is. Carson Hocevar just signed a really big extension with Spire Motorsports. It's going to keep him with that team into 2030. Carson Hocevar, he's doing a lot of things right. Heading to Daytona, hasn't had the greatest track record there. 2024 was not good for him. Last year was a little weird for Carson Hocevar. I'm still thinking he can do a lot, so I have Carson Hocevar at number 9. At number 8, I have Chris Buescher's teammate, Ryan Preece, the Clash winner, really good plate racer, except when he's not flying through the air. Sorry, Ryan, but I just had to throw that in there. Ryan Preece, phenomenal drafting track driver. He's with RFK. He's got good teammates for drafting with. Good pusher. It's just hopefully he won't be flying through the air this year. And obviously, he won the Clash. He's got momentum at his back right now. It's pushing him forward filling his sails. We'll see how high Ryan Preece can fly at Daytona. I did not. Oh, I did not mean to say it like that. Okay, moving on to number 7, I have Chase Briscoe. He's going to be down a couple spots from his preseason ranking, and Chase Briscoe, just the guys that I have ahead of him, I feel like just showed a little bit more at the Clash and have a better track record on drafting tracks, because Chase Briscoe at drafting tracks hasn't always been the best for him, recently at least. I still like Chase Briscoe as a driver, and he was on the pole at Daytona last year. It wasn't a lot that he did. He just didn't do a lot with it last year. That's the only thing that really kind of frustrated me. He can always climb up the rankings after Daytona, but the two guys that I have him behind, I feel like just have a little bit more reputation on drafting tracks that gives me a little bit more confidence in them, if you know what I mean. So Chase Briscoe, I have a number 7. We'll see where he goes from here. At number 6, though, I have Joey Logano. I mean, Logano, Daytona 500 champion, really good drafting track driver. He's a really good blocker, really good defensive driver, and he's good at giving pushes. That's always really good to have on super speedways. And plus, he's got good teammates on super speedways like Ryan Blaney, who won at Daytona, who we'll give to in just a second, and Austin Cindric, who's also won a Daytona 500 as well. So Joey Logano, really good drafting track driver. He's won it several times. He's a very good defensive blocking driver. I have him going to the front a lot of the time at Daytona in the 500. So I have Joey Logano at 6. At number 5, I have Chase Elliott. Again, really good drafting track driver. He's won a lot at Talladega in the past. Very solid drafting track driver. He's very calm, very consistent. Usually keeps his car clean, keeps it out of trouble. That's what I really like about Chase Elliott. So Chase Elliott at number 5, solid pusher. He's got good teammates for drafting with. I have Chase Elliott at number 5. At number 4, I have William Byron. William Byron. He's coming into this race as the defending Daytona 500 champion in back-to-back years. So he's got a lot of pressure on him. But it's clear to me that William Byron is a very good drafting track driver at Daytona. So William Byron, I'm expecting him to be up front. I'm expecting him to be there at the end when the checker flag is waving. Will he get his 3rd straight consecutive Daytona 500 victory? We'll have to wait and see. So I have William Byron at 4. At number 3, I have Ryan Blaney. I was just talking about him when I was mentioning his teammate Joey Logano, but Ryan Blaney is the most recent Daytona Superspeedway winner. He won at Daytona in the fall, in August at the Coca-Cola Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona. So he's won on drafting tracks before. Ryan Blaney, very good drafter. He's got teammates again of Logano and Cindric, very good drafting partners. He's in a Ford, and Ford usually does good on super speedways. Ryan Blaney, most recent winner. He was very good at the Clash too. Like, he moved up a couple spots. Actually, sorry, he moved down a spot. I thought Ryan Blaney was moving up a spot. Sorry. Either way, Ryan Blaney, top 3 driver, moved him down a spot. I'm pretty sure because he had a bad result at. He was just kind of back and forth throughout the night at the Clash. He still was able to move his way forward. It's long run Ryan Blaney, but yeah, don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, Ryan Blaney at 3, heading into Daytona. Really good drafter. We'll see how far he can move up through the field. At number 2, I have Denny Hamlin. He's actually up a spot. Now, Hamlin, he's going to be working through a shoulder injury. I have some reservations about that. I'm not sure how it will affect him, but I mean, Denny Hamlin, he's won the Daytona 500 before. Very good drafting track driver. He's always up front. He was up front at the end of last year's Daytona 500 until, he got caught up in a wreck that wasn't his fault. And Hamlin at the Clash, he started up front, was up front for most of the first half of the race, but when the rain came, he kind of got shoveled to the back and really couldn't move his way forward. But still have a lot of faith in Hamlin when it comes to drafting tracks, so I have Hamlin at number 2. But at number 1 still, I have Kyle Larson. Now, Larson is not a good drafting track driver. I get that. I know that. But he's been getting better at drafting tracks. He has. He's been able to stay out of trouble. He actually won a stage last year on super speedways, so he's getting better. He is. Now, does that give me full confidence in him at Daytona? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But on the other hand, he has a teammate in William Byron who's won the Daytona 500 many, many times. He's won it back-to-back years. And Hendrick Motorsports, usually every year, is very, very good at Daytona, especially when it comes to qualifying. So I have a lot of confidence in Larson. He was good at the Clash. I think that he can still improve when it comes to super speedways. I'm expecting to see more improvement out of him heading into Daytona. So I have Kyle Larson at number 1 still. So there you go. At the end of The Cup Series power rankings, quick one through real quick. We have 1 Kyle Larson, 2 Denny Hamlin, 3 Ryan Blaney, 4 William Byron, 5 Chase Elliott, 6 Joey Logano, 7 Chase Briscoe, 8 Ryan Preece, 9 Carson Hocevar, and 10 Chris Buescher. But there you have it, your first power rankings for all 3 series in NASCAR, the Truck Series, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and the NASCAR Cup Series as we head into Speed Weeks at Daytona. Stay tuned for much more content I have coming forward. So thank you all so much for listening. If you liked this episode, I got a lot more episodes that are on this show that I've been posting recently. If you like what I'm doing over here as well, go check out Talking Sports with Miles and Andrew. Talk about baseball, football, basketball, a little bit of hockey, a little bit of everything over there at Talking Sports with Miles and Andrew. We just had the Super Bowl between the Seahawks and the Patriots. So we're going to be talking about that game very, very soon on that show. So I'll have the links to those shows all in the description down below. But thank you all so much for tuning into this episode, and I will see you in the next thing that I'm in.